Hi, I'm Sean Cribbs, and I'm going to introduce you to Lowdown, our entry for the 2009 Rails Rumble. We had a lot of fun building this application, and we hope you'll have fun using it. So here's how to get started. You can create a free account by clicking the button on the home page, or you can click Login or Sign Up at the top right. I already have an account, so I'm going to click Login, and I'm going to log in with my OpenID. Now when you log in, if you don't have any projects created, it's going to prompt you to add a new project. So I'm going to create this project called the Rails Rumble. And then it sends me to the main project page. This is where you'll be doing most of your work. Now it's already filled in a story for me. Lowdown is a tool for building Cucumber stories collaboratively with clients, developers, designers, project managers, being all involved. And it also focuses on estimating those stories so that you can create an idea of how much each feature is going to cost. So it's filled in a little Oscar Wilde reference story for me here. And if I save that story, see that I have one feature with one scenario, 0 hours estimated and 0 total estimated cost in this project. So you've just created your first story, first feature scenario, and if you toggle this button here, you can see what the text would be in your actual Cucumber story that you would run inside your project. So part of the big point of this being that you can estimate your features, let's go ahead and set an hourly rate for our project. Here on the screen you can also add collaborators, but we'll come back to that in a minute. I'm going to say my hourly rate is 150. Update our project and then go back to the project. And now let's put in an estimate for that feature that we just wrote. I'm going to say that it's going to take 4 hours to figure out how to implement this feature. And so I'll click Save, and it updates the feature with the cost estimate and the number of hours, and also down in the bottom for the full project totals. The other thing that's neat is that when you put in that estimate, it's also going to be listed as a comment on that scenario, so you can tell how much each of those scenarios is going to cost hourly. Now let's say I wanted to add a new step to this. So we're going to add a new step, and I'll choose and my guess should be satisfied. And we'll save that feature. You notice that it automatically formats this for you, as you might do when you're writing the feature yourself in a text editor. So now, once you've got some features written, you want to organize them into releases that you can push out, and also group them together by cost. So the way we do this is by adding milestones. And you just click the Add a New Milestone up at the top, and it'll put a milestone into your project. These are simply dividers to give you an idea of how you might group your features together. If I drag this milestone below that feature, it updates its totals with how many features, scenarios, hours, and the cost. You can also choose to delete the milestone if you want. So we've got only one feature in our project. Let's add another one. I'll click Add a New Feature. And we're going to have a dinner party this time. You can also add new value propositions at the top of your feature, or remove them. Obviously these features are pretty silly, but it's easy to add new scenarios that are completely blank. So if you don't like the defaults or you want to create a new one from scratch, you can do that easily. I'll go ahead and save this feature. And actually I think this salad is going to be harder than the sandwiches, so I'm going to make it 6 hours instead of 4. And now I have 2 features in my project. Let's say I want to make another milestone. Notice that it automatically updates the milestone counter, and we're going to drag this one down to the bottom after the dinner party. And now I've spec'd out my project. I have a reasonable idea of what each stage is going to cost, and now I'm going to add a collaborator. I'm going to put Paul, also one of our team members for the Rails Rumble. I'm going to add him to this project. If they do not already exist in the system, in a Lowdown application, you will get an email via the application that will automatically create an account for you. So that's Lowdown. Feel free to contact us on Twitter, and we hope you like the application.